All right, so welcome back for another Lit Book Talk today. This is the series where we talk to children's book authors. Really, I should say entrepreneurs because, these individuals, folks like yourself, not only have taken an idea and transformed it into art, literary art, and then, actually publishing your books or books and then marketing on top of that. Like you're doing a whole lot. And that's why I'm reaching out to you. So, so if you're at all interested in something like that, or you're an aspiring author, then stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. But let's get started. And thank you for being with us. Today we have Monique Jefferson. She is the author of the children's book, Teach Me. Yes, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Yes. So like I said, I really want to get into what was like the brainstorming behind this book because I read this one. I grabbed it because I was like, teach me. It hit me like, what could this be about? Like, teach me what? And then I looked into the descriptions and I was like, oh my goodness, she's talking about like teaching beyond traditional forms. And then he's 9. The main character is 9 years old. So yeah, I'm curious about that. Then we can go into like actually getting the work done for your project
Right.
and marketing. But tell me a little bit about yourself too.
Okay. Well, I am a mother of 2. I'm also an educator. This is my 6th year in education. Pretty much the thought process behind Teach Me, just me personally, I thought about some of the struggles that I have now as an adult. There are certain things that we were never really taught in school. A lot of us weren't taught in school, nor in our communities. Financial literacy, managing money, investing, the really having that good credit,
Uh,
all of those types of things are extremely important, and our children need to learn young. We need to make sure that we're teaching them while they are young so that when they grow up, we always instill the value of hard work, but working yourself to death and you're still living check to check, that's not really the ideal way of living. I know that's not what I want for my children. I do want them to work hard, but I also want them to work smart. And I want them to be financially literate. We always hear like that generational curses and, you're doing what mama did and it's just a repeated cycle. So I want to break that. I want to change the conversations. I want to change the narrative. I want more for my kids. I want more for our youth. So that was really the thought process behind Teach Me. I myself, I have a master's degree. My children's father have a bachelor's degree, but we still have this amount of debt, that we're in, and we can't really live the life that we would want to live. We have decent paying jobs, but it's still really not enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. So that's a really great motivation behind writing this book. I definitely respect that because, yeah, we don't want to find ourselves, I like how you said, in generational cycles or curses of just like repeating the same. And yeah, we need to go for prosperity for the future, for ourselves and for, our kids.
Absolutely. I honestly believe if we teach them young, then we can start breaking some of those cycles. It doesn't have to keep repeating. It's nothing wrong with working 9 to 5s. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying we have to learn more. We have to educate ourselves. You're one YouTube video away or, one book away from really advancing yourself in life.
Yeah, this is true. This is so true. Especially, I like how you bring up, one video away from advancing yourself or, just opening a book, research. So any topic is like literally available at the fingertips right now. And that's another reason why I'm like, these talks that we're doing, I want, if there's somebody out there, a young child even who's like, I want to write a book. And what is involved in doing that? And then, you learn there's a whole trade. There's like, different paths that just break off and you know um yeah, you can like really build yourself up and don't just go like just one lane of it all. Like, all right, I'm just going to go this one lane. No, open yourself up to multiple streams of income.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, um, for me, just the process period. When I first started, it was like, okay, I used to write all the time, honestly. But I do like poetry more myself, so you see the book a little rhyme to it. But
Yes.
I enjoy writing. And I used to write, and I would tell you, I would fill up notebooks. I might share it with my sisters, and then I toss it.
Yeah.
And this time I was like, okay, let's come up with something. God gives you gifts. Let's tap into our gifts and let's see what we can do. And so I wrote it in a day. I wrote this book in a day. I read it to my children's father, my sister, my best friend, just to get a little feedback. And I was like, okay, let's try to do something more with it. So since I put that in my mind, I was like, I know if I stop, then I'm not gonna continue. So I was like, okay, well, let me reach out and let me try to find an illustrator so I can get, you know, everything together. And I honestly found the illustrator on Instagram.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't know her. Really, I just looked at some of her work on Instagram and I was like, let me reach out. And I'm not really one of those type of people who would actually like, let me just reach out to a perfect stranger, but it was pushing myself. I was like, you're gonna do this. And I reached out to Severin on Instagram and she agreed to be the illustrator for my book. And she actually put me in contact with Sharnika Battle, who had just published a book as well. So she became my book coach. So she kind of walked me through the process every step of the way to make sure that the book would be successfully uploaded in the self-publishing world.
Right. Exactly. Because that's
Yes,
the whole process after you have written the book. Like, how do you put it together for
it is.
presenting it?
It is.
Whew.
There's a lot to it. It's a
So,
lot. When I first started, I looked into traditional publishing, and the cost went up to like $5,000. It was pretty costly looking at some of the different places. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to self-publish this book to get it out there.
yes, for sure. For sure. I'm sorry. There's like all kinds of camera issues happening right now. It keeps freezing on
I
you.
understand technology sometimes.
Yes, yes, but the message is clear and the message is still coming across, and that's what. As long as we have that, I'm gonna put an image of the book in here as well. So yeah, gosh, you've answered so many of the potential questions that I had. You talked to me about like the illustrations and book formatting. I'm curious also. Oh, and then yeah, as I read the book, I noticed this. Like you said, there's a rhyming element to it, and it's so sweet. It's like it's deep. Like your book is profound on so many levels. And like, did you actually have a background in writing?
I did not. I just always loved to write. It's something I've always enjoyed doing. I
Right,
find peace in writing. Usually when I write, it is rhyming, poetry
right.
more so, but I did want to try something different. I still followed, the rhyming. At first, I didn't have each rhyming scheme going perfectly together. Because I tried to catch myself. I was like, okay, you don't have to rhyme the whole book. And I tried to step outside of it, but then the editor kind of said, okay, well, if you start rhyming, you have to keep your rhyme scheme going. So I had to go back and add it there to make sure that it would flow well.
This is true. So true. So okay, I'm gonna go back real quick to the character. What is his name again? The main character?
Jefferson Russell.
Jefferson Russell. So where did you come up with that character, and why is he 9? Because he's 9 and he's thinking so Just
Originally, Jefferson Russell was not the character's name, but when I read it to my sister, she was like, I love it. However, let's make sure, you make it personal to you. And I was like, okay, I thought about what she said. So I went ahead and I took my last name, which is Jefferson, and my children's last name, which is Russell, and Jefferson Russell was born.
yes, nice, very nice. I was just curious about that, and him being so young. I'm just reading this like, wow, what a precocious young man. He's going places in life, for sure. But it applies to all kids.
Yes, I chose the age honestly because I want children to understand that you don't have to wait to become an adult to start thinking about your future. We ask children all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up? And those are great questions, but how are we taking them to those next steps? And that's the biggest thing for me. I have a 10-year-old and I have a 12-year-old, and we've had these conversations, since they were kind of younger, a little bit younger than they are now, to the point my daughter, she would ask me all the time, well, Mom, what is your credit score? You need to get on Credit Karma. She would ask me those types of things. And of course, when you're not in the ideal situation, you're kind of like, you shy away from those conversations. So instead of shying away from them, I figured, we need to make these discussions. I wasn't perfect. I didn't follow, the perfect path to be where I want to be in life just yet, but it's never too late.
This is really a good message, a great message for the youth, definitely. And I like that you want to bring it into the home, in a way that it's digestible for everybody, like even me as an adult.
Absolutely.
That's really great. I love the concept behind your book. Let me ask you this. You have one book out. Are you going to, or do you have more?
No, I only have this one. This is my first book.
So then my follow-up is, what's the plan for the future? Will there be more, teach me or something?
I honestly do want to continue to write. I really enjoyed the process. It can become a little costly, especially when you get, your illustration and your formatting and, your ISBNs, everything. It's a little costly, but you're investing in yourself. You're investing in you, you're investing in your dream, and hopefully investing in the lives of others because you would want to get something out of it.
And
So I do plan to continue to write.
that's so great. That's good to know. But also, I like that you have this one out, and it has such a deep message to it. Like it can be taken into the classroom. You can make a whole unit out of your book, even.
Right.
So it's good to kind of take that and see how you can expand on book one, and then definitely book two is going to be it'll be another hit on top of book one. Because you're an educator, you teach.
I am. I am. And that was one of the things behind the book. At first, I was like, I hope no one takes this away and, think that I'm saying that education is not important. So that's why I wanted to make that perfectly clear. I'm all for education and higher learning. Here for it all day long, but you do have to be willing to educate yourself outside of that as well.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah. What is it? Oh, there's the school that I used to work for. They had these 8 different icons, and it was independent endeavor. Like what you just now said makes me think of like, yeah, you go to school, you learn, you receive this information, but even your teacher is there as a guide. It really comes down to you as the student to take it that next step and really invest on your own learning experience.
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying, exactly.
Yes. It starts with you having an idea and pretty much believing in yourself. I've always said I want to write a book. I'm 35. A book is just out. So it was definitely something to show my children as well. If you put your mind to something, I think we lost each other there.
I think we did. Is it recording? I think we're still recording. Okay. Well, I'm not going to hold you much longer. We'll just hit on 2 more things, and then I'll let you go. Let's kind of just talk about what it was, what it looks like, your marketing plan, and like where we can find your book and what formats
Okay.
is it available in.
All right. So you can find my book on Amazon. I have it in an ebook. It's a paperback and a hardback. I'm interested in trying an Audible. I would love for my son to read in an Audible format. So that's something we're working towards, but it is available in paperback, hardback, and an ebook format. Um, and like I said, you could find it on Amazon.
Very good, very good. So we've got ebook, paperback, hardback. I love how you're thinking about Audible already, because that's what I was thinking as I, the first page I turned the page and I'm just like, oh, paragraph, okay, and then you start reading it and you're drawn into the story, and it's not like, what is your age range? It's not for like little kids. It's for
No, not for little kids. I was hoping at least from second grade and up. I wanted it to be something where children can read it as well as the parents, and they can kind of talk about the message. So I didn't want to make it too lengthy, but
exactly.
I also wanted to, like, some words you would see the vocabulary. I wanted to challenge students as well to make it part
Mhm.
of the learning process. Um,
I saw
those were
that.
my thoughts behind it.
I
Yeah.
did catch on to that. I was like, oh, she's got some elevated vocabulary, some SAT words in here. And but my mind did go to Audible. I was like, this would be a great audio book, and great. So you have these formats and you're self-published. Do you have a website as well?
I do not have a website yet.
Not yet.
So I'm really just using Amazon, not yet. I'm using Amazon and social media. I'm using my Instagram accounts, my Facebook accounts, just trying to push and get it out there.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm promoting through social media.
Yes, I was going to ask you that too, your social media. So I have you on IG. Are you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook, Monique Jefferson.
Very nice. So we can access your details there. Yeah, I know you're working on that website and everything. Something that I tried, I'm just gonna throw it, like, slide this in there, like
Okay.
unrelated, but at the same time, it can be maybe applicable when you have your or what's it called, audiobook. If you
Hmm.
embed that into the website, or have it so that when people when they come onto your website, they want to get that audiobook, capture
Yes.
their details and then send them the audiobook via email. That would be gold for you. Oh my gosh, you yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. That's what I was
Thank you
thinking about.
so much. That is definitely a thought.
Yes. Yes, that's really good. Well, tell me, we'll end with some advice. You've already given some really great details about how you came and got your project started, and then getting the work done, some of your social media and marketing plans. Like, what have you learned in this whole process? What has been a huge learning curve for you?
For me, it's just stepping out because a lot of times I feel like I'm a little more introverted. I like the smaller groups. I don't really like the public speaking as much, that aspect. So really putting myself out there. I have to actually, I had to believe in myself enough because when I first actually hit the release, I was nervous. I was like, what if people hate it? What if they don't get it? So you start really having all this self-doubt. And that's kind of in the space I went. I was like, well, you know what, Lord, you gave it to me to put it out there. I'm going to keep moving forward. So I really had to just believe in myself. And honestly, I had to step out of my comfort zone because I do believe that there is growth in that discomfort.
Yes, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with that, especially given this year, right? There,
Yes.
there's been all kinds of circumstances for everyone, and how you choose to flip that and turn it into something that works for you is critical right now. I love
That was
that.
one of that was big for me during the pandemic. When we were out, it gave you some time to kind of reflect. And for me, I'm thinking, okay, I want this. How am I going to get it? You know, I can talk about it, but what am I going to do to actually make it happen?
Mhm.
So this was just one of those first steps in the many things that I want to do in life.
It's actually really inspirational, Monique. It's really inspirational. You've inspired me this morning again.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, because I feel you when you said putting yourself out there and feelings of like being judged or just taken badly in your work. That's your baby. Your book, that is
Yes,
your little lit baby.
it is. It really is.
Yes, but you've done it. You stuck through it, and you're learning from it. You're still learning. You will always.
I am.
This is good.
I am, and I'm so blessed to have so many supportive people behind me. That was one of the greatest feelings, just to get people behind you, and they'll try to share on their pages, they review, just to have that support. Because oftentimes, when you think about it, we support stars, our favorite stars, we'll repost, reshare, but a lot of times when it comes to our own friends and people that we know, when they start businesses or write a book, or they do something really good that should be shared, we don't often kind of partake in sharing and making sure that we help promote them too.
This is true. This is so true. Yeah. And that's another reason why I like to do these talks, because I'm getting to know you, Monique, someone I would have never come into contact with. And but we came across each other because we're in the same kind of field, exploring this publishing industry, which is just amazing, but it's so deep. Oh my goodness, it goes so deep. And during 2020 pandemic year, but flipping it and making it work for us, making it work for our children. And
That's
I respect you for that. That's why I'm reaching out to you. I'm like, teach me. Yes. 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 So we'll let you go here. If there's anything more that you want to say, I know I want to keep in touch with you though, as you roll out this audio book. You have to do that. And I'm on board to support you, back it up, help with anything that I can help out with. I'm new to it too.
Thank
I'm,
you so much. I definitely appreciate that. And I'm all for staying in contact. Thank you for reaching out.
yes, for sure. I'm happy. It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to meet you, pleasure to learn all about Teach Me. So on that note, you stay well, stay safe. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch.
All right.
All right. Take care now.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.